how to make an item elevator in 1.9 that doesn't lose any items. Hello everybody and welcome to OMGcraft. I'm your host, OMG Chad. Today we're going to be creating an item elevator. What is an item elevator? Well, it is a way to move items up in your world. You can easily move items from above ground to underground without, obviously carrying them down, just using Minecraft mechanics by using droppers. But droppers really only go side to side or down. Getting those items to come from below to up is actually very, very difficult. You have to build a contraption that glitches the item into solid or transparent blocks and sends them upwards to the surface. Most of the item elevators that you might see on YouTube at the moment are actually broken because in the 1.9 update, a lot of things have been moved around. Also, a lot of item elevators need to account for the way that items stack now. You need to be able to push an item into other blocks without them being in any sort of weird trajectory. And sometimes that can happen if the items start to stack up as they are pushed up into the other block, and then they go flying in all sorts of different directions, so you lose items. Well, 2Piggies, the YouTuber, has found a way to make an item elevator in 1.9 that doesn't lose any items. So I want to show you how to build this right now.
So this is the contraption we are going to be building. I know that it looks complicated, but don't worry, I will step you through every single part of the process. So starting off, we have a hopper and a dropper here, and it will flow items to send upwards into the sky. Now, normally you probably wouldn't be sending it into the sky. You'd be building this down inside of a mine shaft and sending the items that you collect up to your base or to an area on the top so that you don't have to take a whole bunch of trips to get your items up there. So let's go ahead and test it. Let's just make sure that, okay, we got 64 blocks of redstone here. If we take these, put it into the dropper and send them down. This contraption looks a little silly, but what it's doing is making sure that the stacks don't accidentally merge when they are not supposed to and get sent up in a weird direction. So that is what that sort of piston situation is doing. And then it sends it up really, really fast. Pew! There you can see it working. Meow. And then the items get collected over here, and there they were, all 64 of those blocks of redstone. Very, very powerful, very, very useful to see all of those. So let's start building it. First, we are going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of packed glass. Packed glass is important because it does not melt. Then we're going to take some sticky pistons, and if I can get this correct, we're going to put 2 of them facing upwards right here at the beginning, and then 1 space down, and both of those facing upwards, just like so. So both of those are sticky pistons. Now we are going to start the redstone. You're going to put 2 repeaters right there with some dust behind them, and then another block and a repeater, and this repeater and this repeater are on full tick delay. Now I'm using iron blocks here to show off this build because I feel like it's very easy to see how many blocks. It's easy to count. So it's easy for you and for me to count out how many blocks there are. Now we're going to sort of make this sort of formation and put a repeater on the back there, some redstone here, and a torch, which I don't have currently in my inventory, on the middle block on the top right there. That's okay if these 2 pistons fire. Now we're going to set up the timing mechanic. So we're going to put a redstone there. Then 2 pistons. These are just normal pistons. These are not sticky pistons facing on either side, just like that. Now we're going to need the redstone for the pistons. So we're going to place down, I believe that is 6 blocks of those. Now we're going to put a redstone line off of this guy, and we're going to put these right here. These are on full delay, all 5 of these repeaters, just like so. There we go. Now we're going to put a redstone behind that as well. We're going to put down a block off of that, a block there with a repeater on full delay. Then we are going to put a torch down here with redstone like that. Then 2 pieces of redstone, one going underneath this block here. Now we're going to place a block here, and this is so that the redstone line that I place right under it will not interact with this line right here. We just need a solid block there. Now we're going to put down comparators, not repeaters. This is a comparator facing one way and then facing the other way. And you'll see that this will decay over time and then fire. And that will set up the timing for this contraption. So now we have the timing for the packed ice. That's all that this redstone is used for. Now we need to make the dropper that will place the items on the packed ice. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of the things that we had. We will need some redstone. We will need a dropper. We'll need a hopper to put items in, and a repeater and a comparator. And then, of course, a building block to work with. We're going to first put the dropper down, facing in the direction that we want it to drop items. Then we're going to go ahead and just place a hopper on top for us. Now we're going to make a 3x3 platform to work with a block on the side of the hopper there for us to use redstone on later. We're going to put a comparator off the back of this hopper and activate it so that it is in subtraction mode, and then a repeater and a repeater with no tick delay. Hook up some redstone and you can throw a few items in just to make sure it's all working, but we know that it's going to work because we set it up just perfect. Now you can create the trough that the items will flow down. I made this out of glass before just so you could see what was going on, but you can make this out of any block that you want. Don't forget to plug up these holes on the side, and it may be a smart idea to bring this up one more block and put a lid on it so that nothing escapes. We're going to just keep that open for right now. Now you need to make the shaft up to where it is going to go. You can do this with solid blocks. You can do this with clear blocks. Doesn't matter, I hope. And it will send items upward. I'm going to do the last bit out of glass because I want you to be able to see the next portion. We are going to create a little area for some water to flow down to another hopper, and we're going to get a chest for our items to flow into. That chest is just going to go right here. We're going to break this, place a hopper into the chest, just like so. Now you're going to want to make sure that your water isn't going to flow out once we place it in. There we go. Let's grab the water just to test it out. And my next step is going to require a sign. So let's grab that as well. We're going to place down our water. You can see that it flows over here into the hopper. Our items should come out right here in the middle of that 3x3 area. So now we need to build up just a little bit. This goes up 3 more blocks. So we're going to build this up just like so. We're going to put down a sign to make sure that the water doesn't flow into itself, and then put water right here. So we got water, sign, air, and water, which will flow down and fill that air pocket. And that is all contained, and we can place a cap just on that. Now, finally, we do need to put a piece of water down here, source, so that it flows over to our pistons pushing it up. Now, you can't see all the stuff that's going on, but it's working exactly the same, and we can test it here by throwing this 64 stack of iron in, and it should head through. There you go. You can see, even though that is not glass blocks, it is shooting those items upward and falling into our hopper, which is then placing it into our chest. Because we use glass here, we're going to be able to open up this chest and see inside of it. Don't worry if some of the items, you don't see them right away. Remember that a lot of stacks are coming in and falling into this hopper, and this hopper can hold a few items at once. You can see that it's getting about 6 at a time. That has finished firing, and look at that, all 64 iron has arrived in the chest without a single item lost. So that is a lossless item elevator.
Thank you so much once again to Two Piggies for coming up with this design and giving us permission to show it off on OMGcraft. Check out the description below for a link to his original video, and seriously check it out, because at the moment of me recording this, it has like only 250 views, and you should definitely go give that guy some love. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMGcraft. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. Let me know what your thoughts are about this episode in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/OMGcraft. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!